What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. That's the one and the only Scott Savage. Scott, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, I'm excited about the future, the possibilities, a lot of things we're going to talk about today.
Yes, there's a lot going on today's show where normally you can join us live at noon Eastern over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg, as well as youtube.com/theofficialitg. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca podcast services, TV streaming networks around the globe. Dude, today's show is a hot one. Epic Games reveals Fortnite Creative 2.0, and it is definitely a game changer. Valve didn't want to be outdone, though, so they announced their latest game in Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores. Pre-orders are detailed. Whew, dude.
Oh, if you are not excited by all of this news, at least one piece of news, then I have worries for you.
Yeah, man, there's so much going on. Yesterday, obviously this week alone, GDC is the big event going on right now. And to kick it off, or kind of get the ball rolling, really, was Epic's Unreal Engine update. And with that, I think a lot of people were anticipating what the future held for Fortnite in their creative suite of tools, because that completely changed everything yesterday. Dude, I watched it. As I'm watching, I'm going, wow. Like, wow, what a game changer. You kind of go, if you are Media Molecule with Dreams, hey, you just went, uh-oh. If you're a Roblox right now, you're going, uh-oh. Like, there's a lot of people I think that are going to be okay. Obviously, I think Dreams is going to be fine. I love Media Molecule. I think Dreams is a fantastic game. But as a creative suite, whew, dude, this is a game changer right now coming out of Epic. This changes absolutely everything for the landscape. No longer do you need to be... If you are interested in making a game, there's always been a barrier of entry to get in there, right? You need to understand how Unreal Engine works. You need to understand how Unity works if you wanted to use either of these engines. And then, of course, there's a whole other suite of other engines that you can get into. What Epic's done, though, with Creative 2.0 is they said, here, build whatever you want. You can build the whole foundation of Fortnite. You can use all of their assets from over the years that they've compiled in the creative, right? They put up creative, I think they said like 4 years ago. And then they keep importing new assets and new assets and new assets from the world. But Scott, if you don't want it to look like Fortnite, dude, you don't have to.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of options there. And they began it with just showing off kind of the capabilities of what's going on in this new version of the engine, the different polygon count. I'm forgetting the number, but it was something 49 million.
Just on the
multiple
track,
digits, right? Of millions polygraphs.
Yeah.
I believe that was one car it was describing specifically.
Yeah.
And when the camera panned over, all that speckling in the paint, and there's mud, and it's camming over, you're seeing the different reflections coming off the speckle. It's no longer just a two-dimensional flat texture.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think it. What I said to you guys in the channel was, we're well beyond what I can see with my own eyes.
Absolutely. Not only are you getting everything that Epic has made with Fortnite, but they've also started to incorporate everything that Unreal is currently using. So they've called it Unreal Engine Fortnite. So it's a combination of Unreal and Fortnite meshed into one. You can get into quick scan models. You can get into Quixel. You get MetaHuman that's coming down the pipeline. Lumen. So you get their luminous lighting scheme. So every time they had a problem, they were talking about it on the show floor there, that when they upgraded to Unreal Engine 5 for Fortnite, they brought over the Lumen technology. And as they busted down a wall, it just automatically now flows into the rest of the building. Right. And they're able to tweak certain dynamics around that and things like this. They've got this. Go ahead.
It's checking. They couldn't do a traditional light kind of mapping, I suppose. I'm not a developer, so I don't know the technology and the words here, but there's just they've changed it up. So now it's a lot simpler.
It's a lot more dynamic, I think, in the grand scheme of things, right? So every time now, if you were to bust that wall, that light just feels natural when it shines through. It's just the natural progression of where all that world lighting were kind of hit, where before everything would be like, here's a spotlight, here's a spotlight, here's a spotlight, and they'd kind of set things up accordingly, but it wouldn't affect off of, like now when you shoot a building in Fortnite, right, there's this bouncing mechanic. Well, the light reflects off of that as it's bouncing. So there's a lot more taken into account now with Unreal Engine, with their Unreal Engine Fortnite Creative 2.0 package and everything else, which is free, Scott. Free.
Yeah, that's another thing to get your head around. There's actually potential to profit off of this.
Well, and that's one of the biggest things too. They showcase a demo of what they created in this thing, right? They have the Fortnite characters, but everything else doesn't look like Fortnite. Like nothing else looks like Fortnite. They're fighting off in a mech with this big mech that you're trying to take down. This whole, they opened up with a cinematic with sequence, they called it. So it's a functionality that you would have to learn if you wanted to set up some of these things. And it's called sequence, and it allows you to kind of create like an open cinematic, an opening cinematic.
Kind of animate different parts.
Exactly. And you can then change on the fly. The cool part is too, Scott, if I'm creating something and we want to test it, it all has to be created on a PC, but you can test it on the Xbox in real time. As I'm dropping assets in the world, your character is starting to run through it all. All of a sudden you're running, I just drop like a wall in front of you. Kind of reminds me, honestly, a little bit of Fable Legends back in the day where you're supposed to play as the bad guy. It never did hit the light of day, unfortunately. But either way,
I think that's how Have a Nice Death is as well. I think that's similar that way.
It's, dude,
where you are the dungeon master. This gives me an idea actually for game types. We could create a game type just around that. You got to get to the end. I have to stop you.
Well, I
suppose that'd be a little unfair if I just take the whole ground out from you. I have to come up with some rules.
Just blew it all up. There, I win. It's and then they're creating. Then they've got Fab too, right? So all these other assets and things like that. Dude, there's so much going on right now. They basically are creating an economy system for this as well. Tim Sweeney ended the presentation by talking about the whole metaverse thing, but his version of the metaverse is allowing you to take all your assets with you and bring it into Roblox, and then vice versa. And then, you know, everybody work together and not be closed off. Everybody thinks right now, they think of a metaverse, they think blockchain, and they feel closed, right? Where Tim Sweeney is on the other side of it going, this should just be an open source to everybody to have access to. They want you to build studios that work in Fortnite. You want to make a new game? Don't worry about Unreal Engine. If you want to make a new game, then just use Fortnite stuff and then build off of that. You can then swap out materials. All of a sudden now you have a Fortnite wall. You can just grab with one of their programs and with a plugin from Fab, has assets. Quixel, I believe, is the texture program, and you literally just drag and drop, dude, and it just goes on the wall, and then that's all a new texture.
It all speaks the same language. This is all reminding me. Meta human, is that what you called it?
Oh, there's meta human too, yeah.
Scanning of the face and adding that in. Yeah. So that's something I have to mention this quickly. Something my father and my uncle had done for Quake 2 way back in the day. But they, just because they wanted to shoot each other in the game, you know? But back in the day then, development was a lot more individual. They were growing up with the Atari programming block, forget the name of that, and programming in a bunch of their own point-and-click adventures, all sorts of things. We've seen that blow up, absolutely get Hollywood level of big. Yeah. And then the industry got bigger than Hollywood. And now we're seeing that return to form where you can now do something on your own. You can be an individual, truly a one-person indie, and create something really interesting. It's all a matter of time. And on that idea, there are many games that I know you want. And I'm going to make some of them.
Well, they said, too, this is the other side of it, because Epic is now looking to partner with people. They're actually bringing in the Mega Epic Grant, too, for those who are looking to create in this. So if you have an idea, you can pitch it to Epic, and they may actually approve it to give you a grant to build it within their engine and allow you to then to put it in a Fortnite. There is the economy system, which is going to give, I believe, I'm going off the top of my head, is 40% is what they're looking to split with the developer of that island. So they want you to keep your island. And if you can keep your island populated and produce more and more content for it and have everything kind of going well, you can literally make a living, dude, off of just doing this, Scott. Like, that's the big catch, right?
If I understand, I think it's 40% of all the money coming inward is being put into a pile. And that pile, that pot, so to speak, is what you will draw a percentage from. Based on your popularity, the amount of money spent through your front. It's not 100% clear to me, but it seems, you know, if you and I create the next Among Us.
Okay, sure.
We're loaded.
But
if I create a recreation of my house, doesn't have the same value.
So, and here's the thing, right? When you think game development, you think of, if I am, say, Naughty Dog, I'm developing just for PlayStation, right? At the end of the day, there. But if you're an indie developer, you're like, okay, now I need to talk to Xbox. I want to get it on Steam. I want to get it over in Epic Game Store. I want to get it on PlayStation. So you're talking to all these other parties, and that's definitely still a viable way to do this business. But if you don't have that technology and the know-how, and you just want to get early started and kind of get a foundation of building games, this could be a legitimate path to take. Instead, you're still granted to be everywhere, dude. Fortnite is everywhere. You just have to get people to get into Fortnite to get into your world. And I think now with Epic actually branching out to go, hey, just because you're using our assets doesn't mean it needs to look like Fortnite. That's a game changer, right? I think that's a game changer. They're bringing in MetaHuman too, which is just mind blowing, that I can scan my face or other faces assets, work off of MetaHuman, create other individuals, and then import them into this to make off. Dude, I've got so many ideas. I don't have the time.
I have so many ideas that I almost have to keep myself away from this so I don't get into trouble. I'm a bit of a troublemaker if left. Left the opportunity.
It's exciting to see possibilities of what's going to come out from this, because I think a lot of us now are going to be there. They said Fortnite already has 500 million accounts created, is what it was. Sorry, and then there are 70 million currently playing each and every month, with 40% of that being on the creative side. So, like, dude, those are big numbers. Like,
yeah,
big numbers. So if you can get a little piece of that pie, if you're interested, there's an opportunity here. But there's also an opportunity to play other cool stuff. Like, I want to see a full-fledged game come out of this. Like, what's that going to look like? So just from watching the little demo that they created, dude, awesome.
Yeah, we can be just entirely just consumers on this and still get, hopefully, a great experience. Somebody will put together something that I'm going to like. That has to be a statistical fact.
Yeah, and there's code too. If you want to get into writing code, they have Verse over there, which allows you to kind of go in and script your own stuff, your own events, things like that. You can bring in meshes. There's so many opportunities here that it's just
Titanfall inbound.
It's pretty wide open, pretty mind blowing to think of where they've taken Fortnite alone and then brought in creative, and now we're into creative 2.0, which is, again, like, if you think about where Roblox is and Dreams and some of these other, dude, even going back to Little Big Planet back in the day, right? You always felt somewhat kind of restricted in what you can make. This is really a bit of a game changer. So we'll see. Speaking of changing games, Scott, Counter-Strike 2 is here. So just as Epic goes live yesterday with their Unreal showcase, well, Valve decides to drop this. We are finally able to officially announce Counter-Strike 2, the largest technical leap forward in Counter-Strike's history. Will launch in summer of 2023 and is available in limited testing to some CSGO players beginning yesterday, Scott. So,
I have not checked in with my stepbrother. He's a big Counter-Strike player.
Ah, fair enough.
Not big as in famous, just that he plays a lot of it.
Oh, well, fair enough. Counter-Strike 2 is a free upgrade to CSGO, making the start of a new era for Counter-Strike on Valve's Source 2 engine. The game's full range of new features will be announced at launch, but during the limited test period, we'll be evaluating a subset of these features to get ready for the worldwide release. Upgrade and overhaul the maps, game-changing dynamics, smoke upgrades, tick rate independent gameplay, redesigned visual effects and audio, all of a player's CSGO items go with them to CS2 as well. So that's cool to see. Dude, big announcement coming out here.
Big money in that ecosystem.
Yeah.
For skins, for everything. Counter-Strike, I think, may have been the pioneer for that.
Well, so we're getting Counter-Strike 2.
Diablo be at number 2, I guess.
Okay. So we're getting Counter-Strike 2, something I think fans have been looking for a very long time. CSGO has been around for like what feels like decades at this point, right? And
when was CSGO? Was that 2012, 2013? I can't remember now.
I'm not 100%
I'm gonna have to look at this.
It's cool to see that they're starting to kind of bring it up. Dude, it kind of reminds me of Siege, because we play Siege so much, that Ubisoft themselves have been going back and revamping some of their stuff, bringing it up to next gen hardware, all those kind of things moving forward, keeping that game alive for so long. As CSGO, has been doing that forever, right? Like they're kind of the pioneers, I would say, in some senses. So to get into a sequel, which is upgraded for free, granted CSGO is a free game as well, and everything kind of comes over with you, that's an exciting thing for me. The other thing that I'm thinking about, dude, what else is coming up then for Valve? If they're getting into these situations where they're bringing in CS2, what's next? Half-Life 3?
Half-Life Alyx happened. Yeah. It's getting possible now. Whereas it one day was not possible. But
is Valve moving back into a bit of a development role, right? I think that's the big question.
We can
in Fortnite. Like, what are your thoughts, Scott? Do you think we'll ever see Valve go back into full production when it comes to the development side?
I think they certainly could, but I'm not sure if their golden era has really passed now. With Half-Life, kind of, 10, 20 years ago, that Half-Life would have just been absolutely massive, would have bought everything. You could have gone and made a whole production company on that specifically and kept it going. But because it's been out of the limelight for so long now, I'm not sure if they control so many mega popular things. Half-Life, of course, will sell, but Team Fortress 2. Can we do a Team Fortress 3? Does anybody really care anymore? I don't know if the fan base is behind number 2 anymore. Gotcha. It's been years since I've been in the loop now.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I've never been into Team Fortress 2. I've heard how good the game was or is, if people are still playing it. I've just never played it.
I want more Portal.
Oh, dude, give me another Portal. I'm so down for another Portal. That one I played. Trust me, I played.
Did you feel that from Entropy Center?
Yes, I did. Oh, absolutely. The minute I played that, I'm like, yo, this is a throw over to Portal. There's
one spot I'm stuck in Entropy, and I'm reminding myself of that now. I have to beat that. I have to beat that game.
Hey, speaking of having to beat stuff, Scott, Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC will cost $20. Pre-order bonuses were revealed. Here's a catch. You have to finish the game in order to play this.
Oh, it's an end DLC.
Let's get into it. This is Tom Ivan over at VGC. Sony has opened pre-orders for Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC, in the process confirming that it will cost $19.99. I'm guessing that's US, Scott. The company will has also revealed pre-order bonuses for the expansion, which will launch on April 19th and is exclusive to PS5. Customers who pre-order Burning Shores will receive access to the following bonuses: Black Tide Dye outfit, available at the first dye merchant, Black Tide Sharpshooter bow. The DLC sees Alloy pursue a sinister threat in the untamed wilds of a far future volcanic Los Angeles, which has been racked by violent tectonic activity. But you have to finish the main game in order to play this, is what I've seen, Scott. So keep that in the back of the mind. This is kind of one of the things why I wanted to bring this up, is because if you haven't beat it and you're getting ready for the DLC, you might want to go back up and wrap up the game.
Yeah, I've got a little under a month.
Dude, that's plenty of time.
That's plenty. Well, you spent a lot of time on that game. I don't know if we pried you away within a month.
No, I was there. What did I put into that thing? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I was something like 50 hours.
I was going to say 40 something, I think.
40, 50 hours by the time I was all said and done. So yeah, just, if you're a little bit behind, you might want to catch up if you're looking to jump into that DLC right away. I can't wait.
Did you have a bug with one of the, is that what I'm remembering correctly? You had one of the quests wouldn't progress forward?
Oh, yes, I did.
Was that ever resolved?
Yes, it was.
Okay, good. I would have felt bad if not.
Man, that hurt. I was like, yo, I can't do this. And
hopefully that doesn't hold up anybody from experiencing this DLC.
No, it's been resolved. It's been resolved ever since. So it's we're okay. It's okay, Scott. Everybody's gonna be okay. Dude, let's get into Redfall. Developer Arcane is working to remove the always online requirement. Stefan.
Yeah, we do not like always online requirements as gamers.
It's weird, man. Well, here it's a weird thing. This is Stefan over at Windows Central. Well, the next big game from Arcane Austin is built to accommodate single player or co-op It currently requires players to always be online. That seems like it won't be the case forever, though. Speaking with Eurogamer, Arcane Austin studio head Harvey Smith confirms that the studio has heard the feedback from players who want to be able to go through Redfall offline. And the developers are currently working on removing the requirement when you aren't playing co-op. Dude, that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was there in the first place.
Is this a DRM thing? Is that initially why we're always stuck to always online connection? Could it have something to do with a storefront?
Oh, maybe. Quote, there are people who live in places where there are outages or their broadband is redacted, it says. Or they're...
I did the redaction there.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Or they're competing with their family members because their mom's streaming a movie or their brothers are on another device. End quote.
or Darren's competing with the entirety of Ontario.
Yeah. So there's just certain circumstances that just it doesn't need to be there. Like if you're playing solo, you don't need to be online. And then some people just don't have the internet compatibility to be able to go there. So it's
I feel really awful. A moment of silence for them. Those of us who are not on high-speed modern internet.
Yeah, for us, like, we're fortunate to be in a location that can carry high internet speeds. And
I complain when I get frame rate drop.
Dude, we have no internet with the Xbox. I'm like, my Xbox just turns into a brick. Like, what am I supposed to do with it? Nothing.
I'm not even certain I can play Blu-rays on it anymore, because I know last time I tried to do that, it had to update, and that was not going to happen.
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of games, because of the way Xbox is formatted to start with, I just can't play anything. I'm like, all right. Thankfully, PlayStation allows us to play offline. So
yeah, Nintendo is my coverage.
No, that's
the last
a good one.
3 generations of Nintendo hardware to play.
Yeah, you're playing catch up right now. Dude, let's get into the next one. Little Nightmares dev Tarsier Studios teases new project with striking artwork. Dude, the artwork is baffling. There is not much there in this artwork.
Not much to go on.
There's not much going on there at all. This is Michael over at PSU. Tarsier Studios, the developer responsible for the much-loved Little Nightmares franchise, has teased his new project with some artwork on Twitter. The developer has remained tight-lipped about the new project of the release. We have no info on this thing, dude. Just hey, here's a little splash of we're working on something. You think it's more Little Nightmares, or are we getting something completely new?
I think it's likely to be like a spin-off of Little Nightmares.
Oh.
I'm not certain if there's anything in the past that they've developed that maybe fits into a larger overworld, but Little Nightmares and number 2, they're both really compelling universes, really compelling just concepts to go through. So I imagine it'll be similar, but I don't just want inside number 2, you know?
Yeah.
Although Little Nightmares has such a unique kind of personality that I would love a number 3. That was one of my brother's favorite little games there too, actually. He likes to play it with the kids. And I know you're not a fan of horror.
No.
But you could play this one, I think.
I think I could. Interestingly, a major reported leak from Bandai Namco last year suggested that Little Nightmares 3 was on the way, although it looks like that's no longer the case. Some games, including Tekken 8, were accurately leaked ahead of the official reveal, however. So
it is possible.
Anything is possible, Scott. Never say never, dude. You just...
Now I have to... When did Little Nightmares come out? CSGO was in 2012, by the way. I did confirm that.
Nice. Oh, that's good. Pulled that one out.
Little Nightmares 2.
And what do you got?
February 2021.
Wow, really? Okay, so it's only 2 years ago.
Just the Steam release.
Man,
I can't... I thought it was way longer ago.
Apparently not. Scott, we do have a couple games out today, though, my friend. What do we have?
We have Atelier Rise. Oops, let me attempt that once more. Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch.
They need a longer title.
Reads a bit like a Midwest emo title. Storyteller is on the Nintendo Switch and the PC.
Oh, there you go, dude. Storyteller looks kind of cute. I might have to check that one out. That one looks cool. But just like that, everybody, thank you for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news each and every day over on Twitch, YouTube, at the official ITG. But if you can't join us while we're live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Drew. That's Scott. And we'll see you inside the game.